theory were thought to be extraordinarily difficult to comprehend. British astronomer Sir Arthur Eddington.
So you learned it last week if you didn't already know the phrase. Holy mother, it's cold! So I'm thinking about renaming this channel on a seasonal basis, perhaps Arctic lifting during the winter, and perhaps half-naked lifting in the summer, because that would just be awesome. You know, it was a funny phrase that I heard a long time ago, kind of a, don't get too big for your britches kind of phrase that goes like this. It says, no matter how strong you are, there's a little girl in China that's warming up with your max. I was actually checking out some contest results in the women's division, and it turns out you don't actually have to go to China to find little girls that can warm up with your max. They're actually here in the States. I found the world champion in the 63 kilo weight class last year. She weighed in at like body weight of 133. She squatted 315, deadlifted 435, and get this, benched over 300. Like, that's amazing. But it kind of shows the point that strength is much more of a neural adaptation than a muscle size issue. Because there's no way that a woman at the same body weight as me would actually have more muscle mass just due to reproductive parts. Women just have to carry more body fat than men do, so there's really no way that they can carry more muscle. But obviously, she has got the neural adaptation going where her lifts are just through the roof. So that's pretty cool. The reason I'm pointing that out is that this routine that I'm on is definitely a strength routine. I was doing the bodybuilding stuff for a while, and I'm maintaining that, but only on my 2 assistance days per week. And I'm not going real hard at that because I don't want to compromise the recovery from the main stuff. But with this routine, you don't really do any sets over 5 reps, and you take, adequate rest between sets, so that you're never really dipping into that muscle glycogen. What's the word I'm looking for here? Storage. You don't want that to be the limiting factor of your set. You only want it to be your neural strength, basically. I actually made a mistake in the last video when I was talking about the progression and how it works, because I wasn't actually reading the thing when I was saying it. I was just going by what I thought I had read. And actually the only difference is the last 2 kind of rest weeks. So after you do 90%, instead of repeating 70, you actually do 80, and then you go to 92.5, and then you do 75%. I think last week I had said the 80 and the 75 were both 70 repeats, which they are not. And the other thing that I noticed is that the deadlifts are actually not at the same percentage as the rest of the lifts. They trail by 5%. So this week, for example, we're doing 75% on squat, bench, and overhead press, but the deadlifts are at 70, and they stay that way throughout the routine. I think that's mostly due to the fact that deadlifts are particularly taxing on the nervous system, and this routine, I think, was written with the idea that you want to stimulate but not annihilate in order to make your gains. All right, so that is it for this week. It's a good week. One thing I really like is the 4 days of leg work, and I do my extensive stretching, hoping to avoid any injuries like last year. Talk to you guys next week.